Welcome. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to view our webinar today. I'd guess you're here because you're looking for something new to reach the unchurched, the dechurched, and even to rekindle your churchgoers' faith and mission. So for the next 30 minutes or so, I'm going to give you a taste of what Lifetree Cafe is and give you a chance to hear from some of our existing Lifetree Cafe leaders as well. My name's Lisa Young, and I help churches reach people that they're not reaching currently by planting a Lifetree Cafe in their community. And I'll work with you through the process as well. The purpose of today's webinar is to introduce you to Lifetree Cafe and help you begin to envision how Lifetree can impact your church and your community for Christ. At Group, we've been walking alongside churches for 35 years, and our mission as your ministry partner is to help you draw people closer to Jesus and other people. In fact, your church may already know Group well through our VBS, Vacation Bible School programs, through Faith Weaver Sunday School curriculum, and our women's ministry retreats. We also have youth ministry resources and other tools. We talk to thousands of churches from coast to coast every single month, and we saw that they're needing something to help reach outside and touch new people. Something that is relevant, something that's easy for volunteers, and can meet people where they are for the hope of Christ. So, through prayer and wrestling through ideas and research, Lifetree Cafe was born. Okay, you've probably heard of what Lifetree Cafe as far as the name. And you might have visited our website recently, but you may not actually be sure of what Lifetree Cafe is. Imagine walking into a coffee house, grabbing a cup of coffee and sitting down at a table with 3 strangers. One with a shaved head, another might be wearing a turban, and a third that looks like they stepped straight out of an REI catalog. You know, this scene is not uncommon. In fact, it's kind of the norm at Lifetree Cafe. At its heart, Lifetree Cafe is a place and a time where people gather to hear inspiring stories and engage in conversations on different topics every week. It's a real safe and welcoming place where people's thoughts and their doubts are welcome, and that's a place that people are looking for. Every week there's a new topic that really connects God to people's real life issues and brings them into connection with others that might be grappling with the same issues they are. Lifetree Cafe helps churches get outside their box and into an entirely new paradigm in outreach ministry. As you can see in the flyer shown here, Lifetree's topics range from very personal issues like autism, cancer, grief, or guilt, to some more obvious faith-related topics like forgiving the unforgivable, or even life after death. Lifetree Cafe has captured exclusive interviews with such noted people as Francis Collins, the head of the Human Genome Project, and William Paul Young, the author of the best-selling book, The Shack. There's also Greg Mortensen, Ted Haggard, Leon Layson, which is Schindler's youngest survivor, and Chai Ling, the student who led Tiananmen Square Revolt. And those are just to name a few. We've got some great stories. Such intriguing topic diversity really helps Lifetree cast this broad net into your community by inviting people from all walks of life to come in and join in this conversation. We've discovered over the last 3 years of offering Lifetree Cafe here in Loveland, Colorado, that it's these topics that bring people in for the first time. But you know, it's the relationships that they find at Lifetree Cafe that keep them coming back. The topics and this neutral setting provide the environment that's helping churches build bridges into their communities and for building relationships with others and with Christ. You know, you'll be able to reach people in your community that you're not currently reaching, including those who more than likely would never step foot in a church. Okay, while it certainly isn't the case for all churches, a majority of churches across the country are reporting either flat or even declining church attendance. And we look at these trends from such research organizations as Barna, Gallup, or Pew, and we see this widespread change in the whole landscape of what faith looks like in our country. Take, for instance, a newly released study from Gallup. On average, only about 43% of Americans consider themselves frequent church attenders. And of those people who do go to church, the percentage of people above 55 years of age is nearly double that of people 19 through 25 years old. That means we're missing opportunities to connect with younger audiences, which is resulting in the church losing its perceived relevance to an entire generation of the population. And who knows what that's going to affect our future generation. Let's take a look at another report from an organization called Faith Formation 2020. This study looked at the future of faith in the year 2020. According to their projections, approximately 85% of the American population will be not worshiping God in the context of church by the year 2020. That's less than 10 years away. And we could easily cite more studies that paint a fairly grim picture for the future of the church in America, but it does not have to be this way. That's where Lifetree Cafe enters the picture. This God-sized vision is helping breathe new life into churches. And today, the one thing I want you to get from this webinar is hope. There is hope for those willing to try something new. The first Lifetree Cafe piloted and opened its doors back in 2007, where it began testing the concept in a live audience environment. In early 2010, Lifetree Cafe was then made available for churches to plant their own. And since then, we've been seeing change happen, and we've been hearing amazing stories as Lifetree Cafes have been popping up all over the country. Some of the hopelessness that churches feel is because of the common barriers that we're all facing. Things like tight budgets, limited time and capacity, and a lack of volunteers, and much more. But through this relationship and seed planting ministry, we'll give you a new avenue to share Christ with this hurting world around you. And use your time and resources for something that's truly going to make a difference. And it's going to complement the things that you're doing well as you walk with people on their spiritual journey. One of the most common questions I hear from churches who are considering planting a Lifetree is, will people really come? Well, I can tell you from our own experience here at our location, they do. And we get to hear the most incredible stories from Lifetrees across the country, telling us about the people that walk through their doors too. And it's those stories that are proof that Lifetree is making a real difference in people's lives. I want you to be able to hear directly from them what they've shared with us. So let's take a look.
People absolutely do come to Lifetree, and it's definitely not always those people you'd expect. Most of our first-time attendees come maybe for a particular topic that caught their attention, but they come back because they connect with the people and the atmosphere at Lifetree. For us, one of the most exciting things to see is when someone we didn't expect to ever see in a church setting not only comes, but they come back, and they bring a friend with them. Lifetree's been a great place for us to plug in church members who haven't seemed to find any other place to connect or to serve. And they love that we give them a chance to take ownership in something that's alive and real, and at the same time, they're not so busy serving that they don't get to experience the ministry. Our volunteers, that we refer to as our friendship team, have nearly 100% attendance rate at our weekly gatherings.
Interestingly enough, we have found that our Lifetree Cafe has connected our congregation with others in neat ways. One way that has been a little surprising for us is that we have found people from our Lifetree Cafe have been interested in the service projects that our congregation is doing locally and internationally. And our cafe participants who aren't part of our church have actually come and been involved in some of the outreach and serving projects that our congregation is doing. We also have seen a few people and be interested in things about our small groups, and actually we have had one or two come and participate in worship. One guy even came, and he happened to be a musician, and he's already started volunteering a little bit with our praise team, and he came from our Lifetree Cafe. We have found that people are really connecting with us in real ways, and we've just been a cafe open for 3 short months.
I see clear benefits to hosting a Lifetree Cafe in a church and out in a coffee house. We host here at our church, but at the opposite end of our campus from our worship center to intentionally be less intimidating. The bonus for us is that it gets people who have never been here before on our campus so that when they are to check out worship, coming here won't be such an out-of-body experience.
Unless you come from a very large church, with rock star videographers, with experts in editing and interviewing, in script writing and marketing. Unless your people have connections with nationally known figures around the country they can call on, and all of your people with tons of free time on their hand to develop something brand new on a weekly basis, then there is no way you can deliver the same quality materials that Lifetree Cafe offers. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Get in the vehicle with Lifetree and just steer it.
I love hearing their stories. You know, many times without even realizing it, most churches measure success by numbers, with worship attendance, offerings, building square footage, and so on. But we like to say that Lifetree Cafe is not necessarily about the numbers. It's about the narratives, the stories of how God is at work in people's lives. And you'll have your own stories too. All right, you've got a good feel for why Lifetree Cafe was created and that it was created to reach new people. So let's visit the where. When people walk through the front door of Lifetree Cafe, they'll immediately feel welcome, and that's because each Lifetree Cafe will be outfitted to look and feel like a familiar coffee house, with small, round cafe-style tables, an inviting refreshment counter, and even warm colors throughout the room. And we chose that because it's a place that people are already familiar with. So while the topic of the evening might be somewhat controversial, the setting of the coffee house helps provide this comfortable, safe environment where people can open up and share their opinions. A second question that we get from churches is, well, where would I plant my life tree? Well, we've designed this so that it works within a church building as well as off-site locations. And we can discuss this together and see what best suits your vision and even what's available in your area. All Lifetree Cafes will be covering the same topic, but you'll get to choose when and how many times you'd like to offer this 60-minute experience. So as you grow, offering Lifetree Cafe several times a week can allow you an increased chance of intersecting in people's very busy lives. Lifetree Cafe is designed for the large proportion of the population that's spiritually curious, and they want to talk and ask questions about life issues. But currently there aren't many places to do that. So because of that, Lifetree Cafe is appealing to all ages, and to families and couples, singles, and even college students. We've seen all kinds of people with very different belief systems walk in, sit down, and engage in the conversation. What's awesome is they're coming back for more too. We see on a very frequent basis hurting and lonely people, and those that are disenchanted and looking for where God is in the midst of their struggles and their lives. Recently, we heard a story from a Lifetree branch that delivered the program focusing on the topic of cutting and self-mutilation. Not only did teens come forward admitting that they were engaging in this very self-destructive behavior, but surprisingly, adults did as well. Even a pastor came forward and admitted that he had been struggling with cutting most of his adult life. As you can see, this is a place that people can be real and start the healing process from wherever they are. Again, where else does this happen on a weekly basis? It's important to know that Lifetree Cafe is not a worship service, a Bible study, or a small group, though in some aspects it might resemble them. And it's not a replacement for them either. In fact, Lifetree Cafe serves as a wonderfully effective bridge into other ministries of your church. And it does this as a result of these rich relationships that your Lifetree Cafe starts and nurtures. Your members are going to see this obvious and natural opportunity to invite Lifetree participants into support groups, small groups, Bible studies, and into your worship service. Another way that we see Lifetree Cafe is working is through the transformations we've seen in individuals. Not only spiritual transformation, but physical ones too. You can literally see God's light shining in people through their demeanor and their body language. And Lifetree Cafe can transform your whole church from the inside out. And here's several ways that can happen. First, Lifetree Cafe is intentionally designed to be a completely volunteer-based ministry, so it's going to increase your volunteerism. I know churches are always skeptical about this, but we know through experience, that you'll be attracting new volunteers from within your church that haven't served before, but also from within your community. All of your volunteers will experience a new, easy, and meaningful way to serve that's going to keep them coming back for more. And your church can experience transformation because you'll have the place for your members to practice sharing their faith with others and loving people who may be different from them. By relating to others and sharing their faith at Lifetree Cafe, they become more confident in sharing their faith in every aspect of their life. We found over the last several years that people are searching for answers. Why did God let this happen to me? What's my purpose in life? Does anyone care? Is anyone listening? Lifetree Cafe brings people together to explore life, to discover things about themselves, and to find meaning and purpose in the midst of their struggles and challenges. And you'll get to see and hear firsthand God working through your Lifetree Cafe in the people that walk in your door and the stories that are shared. All of us here at the Lifetree Home Office are committed to helping you grow this ministry and to reach as many people as possible. We'll truly be your partners in this venture. So if you have a heart for the unchurched, the dechurched, and spiritually mature Christians in your community, then Lifetree Cafe may be the powerful ministry that helps you bring people together to grow in relationship with each other and, most importantly, in their relationship with Jesus. Well, this concludes our time together today, and I hope this has piqued your interest to learn more about what it takes to plant a Lifetree in your community. If there's a Lifetree branch within your driving distance, I would strongly encourage you to go and experience a Lifetree Cafe firsthand. It's really like nothing else out there, so it needs to be experienced to be fully appreciated. And take a team with you. So on behalf of the entire Lifetree Cafe team, thanks so much for your time today. And please know that we'll be praying for you and your church as you prayerfully consider Lifetree Cafe. Have a great day.